So, last session you continued your journey through the dense jungle of the Tanzan Wilds, carrying both Aurea's egg and that night dragon egg. You encountered a distressed Ankylosaurus, exhibiting strange behaviour, glowing purple eyes, veins, smashing into trees and bellowing about being taken away somewhere. Recognising it was under some sort of corrupted influence, you decided to subdue it and help it rather than harm it. Through a not quite a challenging encounter, but the challenge was kind of through subduing it. You managed to restrain the Ankylosaurus without causing lethal damage. Dejar attempted to use her Laystone Siphoner to extract the corruption, but failed, suffering a psychic backlash. But not deterred, you worked together to calm the beast, with Etheria soothing it and Dejar making another attempt, this time successfully dispelling this dark influence. With that corruption lifted, the Ankylosaur recovered, and Liska beginning to form some sort of bond with it, potentially getting a new mount. We'll see how it goes. As night fell, you set up camp. Etheria and Vadmir had a private conversation where Vadmir questioned Etheria's guardianship intentions. Etheria in turn revealed that she was protecting her under the guidance of some sort of honoured one. Some sort of dragon, an emerald dragon, hinting at some sort of deeper connection here. Later, Dejar and Etheria shared insights about their draconic patrons and purposes. Dejar confided her concern about a friend, Varys Oakenwood, who is supposedly imprisoned and may be in danger of falling into despair. Etheria offered to help, and that night, during her trance, she entered a place called the Dream, fairly unique to satyrs. There she reached out across great distances and connecting with she connected with a withered presence, possibly Varys, providing some renewed hope. With a restful night behind you, you began your preparations during this morning to continue deeper into the jungle, aware of the dangers and mysteries that still lie ahead. Let me bring up some music here. So, as the morning dawns upon you, what would you like to do before setting off?
Well, the yard's going to be tampering with a Laystone.
Okay.
Earlier in the morning.
So how is she tampering with this Laystone?
Kind of like, since that Battle of Wills happened, he was interested in trying to flex her magical might in a more, not in the more blunt way, but more in the subvert way than she usually is. So she's going to try and slowly bend the energies of these inside the Laystone like a muscle.
Okay.
But the very degrees of success doesn't matter as long as it happens.
Okay, so you set up that Laystone, that steady rhythmic glow, sort of lighting the area around it. It's try to manipulate your magic, not in the way that you're casting a spell, but more attempting to maybe manipulate the magic within that Laystone itself. This magic that you've been studying for so long, learning how to shape and manipulate it. You know from dealing with this previously. The magic inside Leystones is pure, unrefined, almost sort of waiting to be tapped into and sort of bent to your will. You extend your hand, feeling that the crystalline structure of that Leystone resonates through the resonating with the magical forces flowing beneath its surface. You've done this before, sort of tapping into magic, not through spells, but through direct manipulation. And your magic has always taken on that familiar sort of crystalline aesthetic, reflecting the structure and precision you've honed over many years. And you focus on that now, letting your mind shape the magic like a sculptor chiseling away at stone. Go ahead and make me an intelligence check. This is your spellcasting check.
Okay.
Alright. You reach for that magic within the Leystone, attempting to draw it out, or even weave it within the structure. Something feels off. The connection is weak. It's unstable. You can feel that raw magic beginning to slip just beyond your reach, resisting your control. You push harder, trying to coax the energy out, but instead of flowing smoothly, the magic just seems to react unpredictably. The Leystone's glow flickers. The crystalline energy you're trying to manipulate cracks and fractures under that pressure. It's like trying to it's like trying to grip sand that keeps slipping beneath your between your fingers. It's like the power starts to spiral out of your control, and before you can fully withdraw, that Leystone pulses sharply, kind of pushing back. You'll have to try again at some point, but right now the crystalline magic resists, reminding you that manipulating raw, purified magic is never quite simple.
No, it's not. Every failure, though, gains some insight.
Indeed.
Alright, time to put it back up. Try again later.
Mliska, before we ended last session, you said you wanted to do something.
Yeah, for like the morning kind of situation. Liska's going to wake up. I guess she and the Ankylosaurus kind of slept near each other. She's going to go do some kind of minor quick foraging just to get its greenery and to have some as they go along.
Okay.
And then she's going to kind of in the morning kind of give it a she's going to have her what is it? Where's my character sheet? There's my character sheet. She's going to take her saddle of the Cavalier, I think. The Cavalier saddle. Where is it?
Right, so to begin with, there's plenty of greenery around here that you can gather, make use of to feed this Ankylosaurus, but just go ahead and roll me a survival check to see if there's any especially
some alfalfa sprouts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like if there's anything that looks especially delicious to an Ankylosaurus.
Gashal greens.
12. Yeah, it's.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use inspiration.
All right then, fair enough.
I will use this
24.
rare commodity to get some better greens for my
Yeah.
boy.
With a 24, you begin to search around for a bit. It takes you maybe like 50 odd feet out from camp, but you do manage to find a particularly lush and vibrantly green cluster of star-shaped leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of pick this up, gather, like, has like utility little pocket knife, and gather up as much as you can. Like, big old bundle. She has big arms, she can carry a lot. And then she's going to. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Whenever you
Damn
said
it, you beat me to it.
and then she's gonna come on back, and she's going to, again, wee bit in the morning. Everyone's still kind of waking up. She's gonna sit there and with the Ankylosaurus start kind of hand feeding them, or just like
All right.
offering food and or sustenance from her hand.
So,
And
the
once,
Oh.
like I say, and well,
Okay.
actually, you go first. It might influence what I have to do next.
So I'll say the star-shaped leaves has reduced the following animal handling check DC. So I'll for this whole thing that I suspect what you're about to do. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check. 14. The Ankylosaur begins to. The Ankylosaur seems quite distracted by the leaves that you're sort of hand feeding it for now, and it seems to sort of this deep series of sniffs, sort of inhaling the scent of these freshly cut star leaves, and it just seems to it as it's kind of stirring from its brief bout of slumber. It steps up to its massive front limbs and just gobbles them down happily. You can see the lower jaw sort of grinding from side to side, almost like a cow chewing cud.
So this is going to, like, once he's kind of eating out of her palm, metaphorically and literally, she's gonna drop a few more, just kind of like on the ground in front of him, just to kind of keep his attention downward, and then she's going to get the saddle, and she's just gonna place it on top of him, just to have it there, and she's gonna see his response.
The Ankylosaur seems to uncomfortably shift underneath. While it is mostly distracted by the leaves, you gather the sensation of a saddle on its armored back seems alien to it, uncomfortable even.
Liska's just going to leave it there, and then she's going to go back to feeding them.
Okay.
And she's just going to wait to see how long it stays on.
From your knowledge, there is quite a significant difference between putting a saddle on an already tamed creature versus putting it on a wild creature. You have certainly heard tales of the domestication process of clan-born mountain folk with the great white mammoths that roam the Behemoth's Back mountains back in Ragnarok, and it is often quite an ordeal to domesticate a wild great white mammoth. While you do certainly have this creature's trust, thanks to your previous high rolls with your animal handling checks. It is probably going to take some weeks to get this thing used to a saddle. But you have certainly begun that process.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Yep. She's not just gonna straight up.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, she just wanted to get used to having like a saddle on its back, and I'll say once it's finished with the leaves, she'll take off the saddle
Okay.
because she wants to start associating the saddle with the leaves.
Very clever.
You don't want to ride an Ankylosaurus bareback.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, it gets a bit uncomfortable.
A lot of things can go bad going bareback.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody power wash my brain, please.
I didn't even say anything that time. It's where the phrase comes from.
I know. It's just.
So anyway, that aside,
Is there anything
so that
you...
morning,
Good.
as we're as it's about the time where we would be leaving, I have finished something. I do need to make a check though, but given my fucking. For a mirror, would it be jewelers or smith's tools? I don't think I ever asked.
Oh,
It's literally just like metal and metal, but it is a
Yeah,
sort of
I'd probably say-
ornamental thing.
I'd probably say it'd be like Smith's tools with using your dexterity.
Okay.
It's a very, very finely crafted thing.
Oh, that's
Oh, what?
Could I get a flash? I hate
Sure.
asking, but it's embarrassing to miss a 15 DC.
Sure.
Thank you. I don't want to waste 4 more days on this.
All right,
It's
so
also kind of important for recon.
you almost kind of hit it a bit too hard, where to you,
Like,
Sam.
oh right, it's silver. I shouldn't be hitting so hard.
Yeah. To you, Sam, tell you, it looks like he's just about to break to sort of shatter the
Just
mirror.
Wheeling up for a big hit is like a
Yeah.
Not them. Not them.
well,
Wake
Yeah.
up.
Right.
Nod towards.
And then he just sort of brings it down to about half the heft he brought it to, and just tunk, fitting the platinum piece of the silver frame and the silver mirror in place.
Mhm.
Right. Oi, Dajar. Dajar is muted.
Indeed, she is.
Despite BRB, right as I happen to need him. Son of a
I
bitch.
think so. Oh dear.
Womp womp. Alright,
Well,
well,
we could probably address that a bit later, like on the road.
yeah, it was going to be a whole
the
scene of
handover.
handing it over, but mechanically though, can I drag it from the compendium, or do you need to do it? Like just
Oh,
a mirror I can.
Sorry, I'll just go ahead and drag it over to his.
And
his sheet
then
there.
she's got the material component for a thingamabob.
It's a silver mirror.
Yeah. And its value is equal to the materials I put into it,
Gotcha.
or whatever the fuck we decided.
All right. So later on, we'll go through that scene.
Yeah, Vellum could just be like, oh, hang on, I need to refine this. Oh,
I'm
there he is.
back.
There he is.
I got called and this almost
The
as
worst
soon-
time.
The first time, yeah.
You good?
Awesome.
You good to do a little scene? Because Vellum's finished
I'm
the
good.
mirror.
I'm good. Also, small correction. That was not silver. That was platinum. I gave
Platinum.
It was
there
platinum
you go.
and silver. I'd used both materials to make up the value needed for the prerequisite.
you. Okay.
Yes, yada yada yada, Vellum calls for Dajar.
There's a pause because he was in the middle of thinking of a recent Morton experiment with Laystone. Who called me? Yes? What?
Yeah, got your commission done.
Commission. Oh, right, the mirror.
Yep, and he'll sort of like, it's almost like, not the size of a big serving tray, but a similar shape with like handles on the sides for easy carrying, but it's made to go flat on a surface. And it's silver outside, has like sort of decals of it's very Alshamic detailing, but with a bit of Naga thrown in there. But the surface is just sort of pristine, smooth platinum. And it's like a very clear view into it. And you just... oh, there you go.
That is very ornate. It was... Right. Thank you very much. I see...
It is definitely bigger than the usual sort of hand mirror you're probably used to. Things like a fucking tray.
Yeah, just hold it. It's like I'm gonna have to get used to this. But just mentally, just thinking about it, you just see her. Just her eyes are moving. It's like,
Never
okay.
a problem.
No, I'm just gonna have to change how I use my scrying spell.
Well, I
Usually
mean, the whole
with-
point is you look at it, right? When you want a bigger area to look at it.
Practically yes, but I'm so used to a hand mirror. This is gonna take just a tad bit getting used to, but it'll be a much better
I imagine.
No,
hand mirror.
You asked for a mirror, so there's a mirror.
I
I did
imagine
ask that.
it's like a large round tray, maybe like a foot wide, or rather a foot in diameter.
Not so big. Think like the serving trays, like the fancy serving
right,
trays,
right.
but a little bit smaller.
Okay, so it's got like the upturned edges as well.
Yeah, like a little bit less upturned, but the handles are jutting up enough that you can easily grab it. Yeah,
Like
it's designed to go flat, and you can just be like, look.
like Dejar could put a little bit of the surface water into it as part of the spell, and do
If
the
that's required, yeah.
Yeah.
It serves the purpose aptly. It's just bigger than one would expect.
yeah.
You gotta be specific with Vellum.
Dishar has noticed when she said something generic. He gave her something
Mistakes were
generic.
made.
Mistakes were made, and now she's learning from him. Right.
I'll send that item over once I get a hold of it myself.
I mean, bonus point now you have an actual decent sized mirror to look into.
Yes, rather than something small where I can't.
Yeah, why get a phone screen when you can have a flat screen?
I hate the fact that you're accurately right.
Now you can see all them tiny scrying details in 4K definition.
Minus the cringe.
Alright,
Yes.
let me just take that silver and platinum bar off, because that is used in the
Have you
construction.
seen this scry talk?
Scry talk. All the wizards are using it.
You started a new trend of big screen scrying mirrors.
Oh, I haven't. This is just part of it. I have an idea. It's gonna be take a little bit more time in places where it's gonna be I need a little bit more
I'm
downtime.
gonna make a second
and-
one end up with three screens.
Maybe,
Triple screen.
maybe. Have you seen
Tijaga's full gamer.
Castlevania?
Yeah, full gamer mode. It's like, I'm well, fool you, silly other lesser wizards. I scry on 3 screens.
I'll just say this: Have you
Anyway.
seen the animated Castlevania? And there's
Oh, yeah,
there's
the mirror.
Shattered mirror.
Yeah.
Shattered mirror, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going for later.
Don't break my hard work.
Oh no, I'm gonna ask you to make this.
Okay, Vellum, I want you to make a broken mirror. What?
Don't worry about it.
Right. Anyway,
Sorry, continue.
Tangent. Right, I will make use of this. Actually, wait, I need to sort out my spells first. Probably do it while we're on the road. Excuse me. He goes.
Literally.
This is wait to yeah. While preparing for her spells, while gently putting down the mirror. I'm going to actually change her spells in the meantime.
Yeah, that's all I really needed to do before we head off.
I was about to say, since the Ankylosaur is technically still charmed thanks to Etheria, those that animal handling check should have been made with advantage. But I mean, with a 24, you would have already. Oh wait, no, with a 14.
Yeah.
Because it says, oh wait, how the charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. So, yeah. Sorry, never mind.
Fine. It's all good.
All right, so
I think while they're kind of sitting and eating their victuals, Liska's going to just kind of like casually sit next to Vellum after Dajar goes off with her fancy new mirror. Vellum, I was curious. Those... Hello, here on your right.
Right, sorry. You see him sort of like holding a chunk of star metal. That's why he was so distracted. What can I do for you, Liska?
I was just wondering, is there that sword that you use that tastes like the light and shining that hurts Gronka's eyes?
Yeah.
Is that where does that come from?
You want the long version or the short one?
Well, we have some time before we leave, but I guess it is up to you which version you wish to tell.
I think I'll skim some of the details. Long time ago, back in my people's history, there was the Sun Spear. And it was gifted to a chosen of Volsham, in a sense. And the Sunblade is power... special swords that draw on the power of that back when they were made, and there were like hundreds of these things made, I think. But that was a long time ago, so a lot of them went missing when things happened, and now they're pretty rare, far and few in between. And I don't know how they're made beyond that.
I mean, do you have to be a follower of Alsham to use it?
I don't. Huh. Sorry, I'm responding to it again. I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's like other magic items and you just gotta sit with it for a bit, but I haven't really given it to anyone to find out.
Does it have weight to it? I feel like I've asked you this before, but
it's about as heavy as a handle. Here, he'll actually like reach into his usual storage place for it and take it out, unactivated of course, and just like plop it in her hand. And I assume it is literally that. Just the only weight is the weight of the handle.
Yeah, it is. It is incredibly light to the touch.
Especially for you.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
This
it is
tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, okay, so it weighs that much when it's like that, and then he'll take it back and activate it, and then just sort of carefully put it in her hand again, and just there's no weight difference whatsoever.
She's gonna give like a few practice swings, like do a few like very quick, like deceptively swift, like flutter, like strikes with it, almost like you would a rapier, and then she's gonna be like, and then hand it back. Like, it is interesting to think that you have done so much for a simple blacksmith. You are better than many warriors I know of.
Sort of like narrows his eyes, but not in a like a suspicious way, just like a mildly raised eyebrow. Alright, what do you want? What are you buttering me up for?
Nothing. I was just wondering. Like I said, it is an interesting thing. We have been together for quite some time in the by the measure of your people. It just is interesting to see that someone who claims to be a merchant and a blacksmith has excelled so quickly in the arts of combat.
There's a pause and like he unnarrows his eyes, seeing that it's genuine and it's not just, he's like, oh man, you're so great. Anyway.
Anyway, can you do this thing for me?
Hey, can you do this thing for me?
She's not like every other member of our party.
Eh.
Grunk excluded, sorry.
Like for a second in his distracted mind state, he forgot that. It's like, oh, well, thanks. I mean, a lot of that is because of you. With some of the sparring we've done, all the advice and all that. I don't know, maybe some of it's just in my blood from, well, whatever half of blood you want to think of. I mean, on the one side it's got military blood, on the other end it's got warrior culture blood, so fucking I don't know, maybe I just got a knack for it.
It is not only your fighting capabilities that are an oddity about you, Willem. You are unique in many ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things about me.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
But do you think that when do you think that you will? And she just kind of sits there and thinks for a second. What path do you see yourself traveling down? The path of the warrior or the path of the blacksmith?
Well,
Because there is an ending for one and an ending for another.
well, I imagine there's lots of endings for a warrior. But no, I mean, as good as you say I am, I'm always going to follow the path of the smith. I have this drive, this need to push my craft, make all that I can make, and all the same way I imagine you torment folks are probably driven to excel in combat. There's just something that pushes me.
I mean, you speak of a warrior's culture. That is definitely what Torment is. Even from being young enough to walk, we are shifted and sorted into groups to continue, or well, to start training. So, we familiarize ourselves with the handles of weapons from a very early age. A lot of children in these parts go around with, wooden swords, daggers, dolls. In tournaments, no. Real steel. You learn quickly.
Well, I guess it's about where you, well, it's always about where you grow up, but blood ain't everything, I think. If I was if for whatever reason I was born in the Empire instead of where I was, I probably could have ended up as a samurai or some shit. Maybe I wouldn't have been a smith at all. Maybe I would have, but different. Who knows? But
What is a samurai?
oh, it's my mum used to tell me about it. There's special kind of warriors, and they were so committed to their blade, like it was. I don't know the way she said it. It was this more romanticized than facts, but they use their weapon like an extension of themselves, like it was them. And no other weapon would really do, though they were trained to use others. Like a spiritual thing.
Interesting. In where we come from, I guess my, what is the term? We are all soldiers, of course, but those of my kind, my size, we tend to have mounts that we ride in to combat with. I think the translation into common is cavaliers, knights, something of that nature.
Something like that, yeah.
But no, it is. I've. It was a good foundation to have, at least with the training it all began with. But I decided to take a different path. Life suddenly became very different for me in Torment, and I decided that I wanted to protect people if I could. So, yes, fighting rank and file with people is a great way to win a battle, but not quite as effective as protecting someone you care about.
Out of character, Raven, I'd rather get this correct than assumed.
Sure.
The stuff about her brother, has that come up before with Vellum present? I know there's sort of been hints of it, but I can't remember if it's for certain been mentioned.
I don't think it's been mentioned near Vela.
Okay.
I know
Just wanted to
Sal
whip on
knows
the
about it.
correct
Yeah, I know Sal knows about her brother.
Yeah, the only
Um,
hints that Vellum's got is the fact that it's a touchy subject, and that she called Vellum that once.
Yeah, I think
Well-
Sal's the only one that explicitly knows.
Okay, as long as I'm working on the right info. Well, that's the funny thing about life. It's always changing to meet the needs of the person. I mean, maybe if things were different, if some things had happened that hadn't, or hadn't happened that had, maybe it'd still be going down that knightly path.
I remember you said one time, quite a ways back it seems, but you were blacklisted as a merchant?
There's a sort of tension and a very growliness that comes from us just. Yeah. That unfortunately is people being people. Did I ever tell you that story? I don't think I told many people it.
I did not think so. I just know that for some reason it was a big deal when we were in Dunhollow.
Well, where I was, as you can figure, with the skirmishes and war and whatnot with the Empire, me being half the blood I was didn't make me popular. And so the only work I managed to find was smithing. But I'm good old Shamanic folk. I follow the religion as best as I can see it. But the way I did my craft and the way I saw my faith, I'm guessing, didn't sit right with the holy folk. Because one day I went off to do my usual affairs at the guild, and I learned that I had been blacklisted for an unexplained reason, which means that I'm just not part of their books. I don't gain any of the benefits, and life becomes a lot harder for a craftsman when you're not gilded. And that kind of cinched the decision for me to leave. I mean, before then I had my little shop. I made an honest living. Not everyone liked me, but people still needed the work done.
I mean, a good blacksmith is hard to find.
Yeah, especially since my mentor, he went off elsewhere. So I was pretty much it. I just have to suck it up and make use of my services. But yeah, with prices going up and deals being harder to make, it was harder to sustain. So I figured, fuck it. No good me being there if I'm just gonna starve. I travel and learn and do what I can.
So when was this?
Kafnir
Where
Bay.
do you? Okay, is that where you were born?
Yep.
Huh.
Been there my whole life until I left. I do
What is
stories
it?
about other places from customers, but you know.
What is that in relation to Dunhollow?
Oh, fucking ages away, like across the ocean. You go southeast across the water, and then you keep going southeast across the desert, and then you.
Oh, so it's just like east of Ragnarok.
Yep. It's
Oh.
it's as east can be.
Wow, you took a very long way to get here.
Well, sometimes you gotta get further away, but out of character, do we have a map? I feel like we have a map somewhere.
I'm sure we have. I know we
Just
at least have a
world
map
map.
of Mayland. I
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah, we
have
had a map
world
of mainland. I don't know if we got one of the world.
Not one of the world, no.
Gronk goes got his little copper globe.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
You know what? Is that something we know about?
Yeah.
You've all
You know about his little globe.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well,
You've
he's
all seen
gonna.
it before.
Valen's just gonna. Oops, sorry, go on.
You saw it when Grunker pulled it out, and there was a little sort of glowing spot near a chain of volcanic islands.
Ah, right.
Yeah, that's
He
no
just,
here, I think.
And then just if only I fucking. Oh wait, hang on. Hey, Grunks, you about?
Yeah.
No, there you are.
Oh.
Assume he's next to him. Grunker is always next to you.
Yeah. He's always there when you need him.
You got the. Do you have that big globe? You got the. So the world, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna reach down into his bag and pull out the copper globe. It's like it's not that big. It's like a globe you have on your desk.
I mean, it'll serve the purpose. It's better than what we got.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Let's see here. He'll sort of spin it, look at the landmass as he recognizes, extrapolate. Like, oh well, there's Ragnarok. And he'll just point to it roughly. And I am way over here. And he'll like dramatically turn the globe until like passing over the gold expanse. And you just go, oh well, that's most of that's bad news, so I went around that. And then just over to the almost like the very center of the eastern continent. And just point to the little town on the Gulf. And there's me. That's where I was.
What was the name of it again?
Kafnir Bay. It's it's a bit small because you know it's a town, not a big city, but
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hey, there he is.
Here we go. Hey.
There it is. Oh, it's a human settlement, which makes sense regarding.
which makes sense considering
racism.
it's Kiteshi.
Yeah.
It's the foremost settlement on the frontier near the border of Niobe.
Yep.
And
Vellum sort of.
And
go on.
Vellum understands that it has quite a significant history.
Yeah. So as he sort of points it out, yeah, that is in a tricky spot because obviously to the further east you got the Empire. And he points to the more orcish places, and we had skirmishes with them a lot. But down here, and he'll sort of almost begrudgingly trace a finger down to Niobe. That is where a cunt of a lich called Hepsut lives. So we're on two borders there.
Yeah,
You just-
I've heard about him.
You just hear out of the car as she comes out. Heffoot.
Hey, heard you talking about Hepsut. Let me in on it. Sorry. Yep, Hepsut. But yeah, a lot of military backdrop with that little spot. That's why my dad lived there and why I was born there.
Interesting. I mean, you took a lot longer journey than I did. I just went northward from Ragnarok into mainland.
Oh yeah, it was a nightmare. I mean, the better way to do it is by the water, and even then that's got its risks. I hopped on a boat, and after a long travel, I ended up here. Where we all met, in a sense, and he'll just poke Mort Porkney.
Good old Mort Porkney.
Good old Mort Porkney. Jenner, I presume like stops were made along the way to whatever coastal.
Yeah, plenty of stops. There was one in on the Isle of Ahara.
Ahara down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine like it's either that or doing a long stretch past the Cold Expanse.
I imagine quite a significant stay in Port Kaikoura. There on the island. Perhaps there could have been one.
We have dipped into Ragnarok because it's the closer of that.
I would imagine.
Because like it's either that or going north to Kinea.
I would imagine a stop in Fortress Croth actually.
I mean, depending on which way you go, it might be a safer and shorter journey to go east instead of west.
Well,
I don't think I ever established what way of it we went, but
yeah.
I mean, it's almost
My
as
man
short
is
as long because you
unfamiliar
go
with the
back, you
concept of a
go
globe.
east, and
Well,
then you come all the way around.
We can leave that decision up to you, Vellum.
I'll say going west is probably better because then at least it brings up an interesting point that you mentioned that a stop off in fucking map. Fortress Croft, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll get.
As he sort of. I'm sorry, go on.
Get up the Croth article for you.
I imagine Vellum would have been staying on the boat, but he
You'll
starts.
at least see it.
Yeah, he starts. He just starts like, well, so let's see, what way did it go again? I can't remember from what the captain said. He starts tracing the path. It's like, let's see. Right, we went to Ahura, and then would have been in your neck of the woods. And then he points to Fortress Croth. I didn't really get off the boat, but I saw enough to see. It looked pretty intimidating, so didn't think I wanted to go find in trouble.
That is the idea. I mean, it would have been interesting for you. You would have been walking amongst a bunch of other beasts.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten stepped on at some point.
Yep. You are short and tiny.
Compared to you lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Sal sort of walks by for a moment, spots the globe, and just goes, "Oh, wait, you're from? What was it you were from again? Vellum, where was you with?"
Oh, I was Kafnir, remember? He spins it back around to Kafnir Bayside and just poke. Right about there. What about you?
You are a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and she just sort of gestures lower towards her neck of the wood, which is,
We're learning about each other today.
you know, c'est capital.
Oh, you a fancy bitch. You're all the way over there. In a big city. He sort of almost like jokingly chides.
Yep. Biggest city in the world. Most populous city as well.
Well, I assume I emphasized Vellum's teasing chidingness. La-di-da, big city girl over here.
There's just a look.
Just hear from the wagon. You know, you have two city girls here. Saying that is relatively, I don't know, poignant at the moment.
Oh, probably get me in trouble later, but let me have my fun.
Focus on your spells, Dejan.
I'm doing it.
Doesn't sound like it.
Where,
you study right
where's
now,
this
young
happening?
lady.
Oh, by the campfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
a certain time where we
Dejar
had
went
watches?
into the. Yeah,
This is
Dejar
just
went
like
into
a. Sorry. This
the.
was,
go ahead.
this was just like a little bit before we're leaving for the morning. Like Vellum had just finished up something for Dejar, and then Liska came over to chat.
Dejar went to the.
I want to be a sassy bitch. And
Join the sassy
interject.
bitch circle.
So, yeah. So just memorizing spells. That's why Liska's saying
Yeah.
it to her.
Dejar keeps
The
poking
wagon.
her head out of the wagon.
Just gonna point at Liska. You know, with the state of Croth, I guess you're kind of a fancy bitch too.
This just kind of gives a shrug. It's like, well, I was a high-ranking individual within the Steel Legion, so perhaps I am.
Well, I guess I'm the only the small town boy here then.
Nope. Sorry, bumpkin boy. Looks like you're stuck with me.
Alright,
Just
well, where
hear
are you
the-
then? Whereabouts are you from?
Yeah,
You're sort of like
you first.
off of the globe.
I was gonna say I like to imagine because he never said that you actually took the globe from Grunk, because Grunk is still holding on to the globe.
His arms are
And
still
you're
on
just
it.
passing it around while he's
Yeah.
hanging on from it.
Just passing Grunka.
Yeah,
Grunky got
just-
tired, so
not
now
even
his
looking at
stone
the
arms are hanging on, so he can take a
Yeah.
break, but he's still technically holding it.
Like he's part
Yeah.
of the ornament, just holding
Yeah, exactly.
Grunker and then handing Grunker to people.
Yeah.
Oh, sassy man. But I
Yeah,
totally
whereas-
missed what you said. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like, Vellum was offering for Etheria to point where she's at, so you know she could be part of the bonding activity.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Her origins.
She'll notably stiffen up a little bit
Oh,
and just there, and points to the eastern side of. Is your globe colored, or is it?
It's made out
bronze
of
color,
copper.
isn't it? Or copper? Yeah, copper.
Yeah,
It's
color.
made out of
it's
copper,
pure-
so it's probably copper color.
Yeah, it's mainly copper coloured with like embossment of the various continents and
Yeah.
main rivers. It's not massively detailed, but you can generally figure out the various landmasses.
Yeah, it's like a general, like normal little desk globe, basically.
Did
Nothing
Liska
too
already
fancy.
point where she was at with the main city yet?
I think
Yeah,
so.
well, it was known about Croth. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Vellum
Got it,
said your
never
neck of the woods.
yeah. Vellum pointed at Croth earlier.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
his
she'll-
travel from Cafnir to Mort Porkney would have been through Ahura and then past Ragnarok.
She'll point again. She'll point a bit west of Croth, near a mountain line. I don't know how detailed your map is, but she'll point there. Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you, Channer.
You mean east of Ragnarok or Croth? Is because it's kind of southeast.
Nope. She points to the west.
West
She
is
points to a
left.
mountain ridge.
Looks like
Yep.
she's pointing towards the northernmost ridge of the Behemoth Speck Mountains, where probably where the Casimian River begins.
Oh, like right next to the fort. I thought I was going too far west.
No. The mountain, not to the south, all the way across the open expanse to the west.
Oh, okay, to where the Infernus pools are. That area?
Yep. She points just a bit south of that.
Liska's gonna
Ah.
give her odd look because, but she's not going to say anything. But she was told something's very different.
Yeah, she was.
But yeah, Liska's not going to say
She
anything.
didn't stiffen up when she told you that.
It's true.
Yep. And Velen doesn't know any better and assumes this is all normal.
Yep.
Ah. Well, you got very
Yeah.
spicy neighbors there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Real
God, I want to
fun
inside so
folk.
badly, but I have no reason to. Sorry, continue.
Nope. Yeah, I did. Real fun folk they were.
Let's see. I want to really point out where Grunker is.
Grunka is gonna lift his finger and he's gonna twirl it a little bit and he's gonna point there. And it's gonna be outside the coast in the... Let's see, what's it called again? I have the map here somewhere.
What?
What continent?
Like around, like the where Glimmertop would be on the top side.
Ah, okay.
I think I remember it was around the Whip of Fire, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
Yeah, it's gonna point a bit north of Ragnarok, about where the chain of
The whip
volcanoes
of fire.
are. Yeah,
Whip of
it's
fire.
gonna point there. No wait, there. Straight down.
In the volcanoes.
Below that, but yeah,
Underwater.
far below there. Very good.
Interesting.
Well, I guess there's more real estate when you go down.
Yeah. And if I remember right, we traveled from... I'm just gonna turn the globe again to what's the name again? The goblin place. What was it called again, Janner?
Undertown.
Undertown. Oh, you're right next to Hepson.
Yeah, so he's gonna point there, and we went from there, and then my people traveled all the way under to there.
Oh, you were good to get away from there. That's not a good neighborhood.
No,
I was just
that's why we
thinking
left.
for a few moments, just... Hold on. You traveled underground?
Yeah. But I mean, like, so it's not like, but my people traveled from there, you know, when they escaped from the goblins.
I'm just trying to map out in my head how you got from there to there. No
Well,
boat.
probably in a straight line.
Well, it
I
was
don't know.
underground.
Underground caves are rarely in straight lines.
Yeah, it was underground, and it's a very good question because we don't actually know.
Wait, so
Something we've been trying to figure out for a while now.
there's cave systems all the way. Are they like? I mean, I don't know. We went under Dune Hollow and there was a bunch of caves under there. Are there cave systems that go throughout the world?
Yeah, maybe.
I guess so.
Ethereal.
Wherever there's land, there's caves.
Etheria
It's
raises her
the underground
hand
is
a
like a
little bit.
Swiss cheese.
Yes, it's there?
Yeah, Liska calls it Etheria.
Done a little bit of training for that and travel. Not a lot, but you'd be surprised how expensive certain cave systems can be. Impish
Really?
scholars believe it to be the remains of old lava flows. Especially if you're saying where you're from. You probably walked in old, inactive just finger quotes, vein of some ancient ley magic, fire maybe.
Probably.
Well, that makes
No,
sense.
I-
You're traveling
no,
along
yeah.
in small caves and you end up in big, massive ones. You're probably going to put your own there.
Yeah. So it's a lot of other things down there to dig and eat.
Interesting.
Hey, Joe, whereabouts were you again? Feel like
Yeah,
you told me,
like a-
but
You have a pensive look on her face. Oh, right. Gunka, let me see that globe.
it fell on a
Good
house
bunker.
bunker.
All right. Okay, here you go.
That, okay. You know what? I'm not going to question it.
We're helping.
She turns it, looks at where the desert is of the Golden Expanse, and turns it just a slightly bit past the mountain, right here, along in the middle, close to the left side of the Gulf of Katesh, the Southern Marsh Outpost. It's where I was born, but I
Just
spent-
north of Vellum.
Yeah, I was practically squished between you and Sal. Who'd have thunk we were neighbours?
Fate has a funny way of showing it. But I grew up mostly in Katesh and spent most of my other time after a sad event. I went to the Golden Expanse. I did keep studying while in the Sunlight Sanctorum for a while, but I spent majority of my later into adult years here in the Exile's Garden in the Golden Expanse. It's treacherous, but when you get to the garden, it is very, I'll just say it's very interesting. There's nothing else like it.
Oh. So if you started there, you would have had to come through my hometown to get there. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to be walking past each other in the street.
I probably would, if we did, I'm going to be honest, I probably took something of yours.
Oh, well, you can pay it back.
I probably have more than
Yeah.
more than I would like to, but
Well, that would explain why your aunt came through that area more than once.
That and I did cause her trouble. Oh boy. I was not a good kid.
You think I was?
Okay. I'm not saying that you probably weren't, but
I mean, I was a bit of a troublemaker by all accounts, but
I'll just say I have sticky fingers. All right, when I was little, I took out a lot of my troubled emotions stealing from people.
You would have liked Dina.
Who's Dina?
No, childhood friend of mine. Cobbled gal. Used to live in Cafnea Bay until she went to see the world. She had sticky fingers as well. Like getting herself into jams and seeing if she can get out of them.
Wait, is that why they call it sticky fingers? Because you get into jams?
Well, more or less
maybe.
that.
Or is that just a trade tongue pun?
I'm gonna blame Trade Tongue on that one.
Saying
That sounds right.
I was a good kid.
Yep.
I was a good kid, just
If you didn't, you got
nobody
beat.
did.
Disciplines.
There you go.
This is okay.
Sometimes you don't have the luxury to act up, but it makes you a better person, or at least that's what they tell you.
That's what they say. Discipline is a tricky thing, though. But yeah, if you ever meet like a grey kobold Dina Sleekscale, tell her you know me, and she might treat you a bit better, and maybe not take anything of yours.
That's if she hasn't already, from the sounds of it.
I don't know about you
She
guys.
was
I just got better at hiding my stuff.
Well, I suppose you have
It's-
to, but
Why
Look,
hide
my
your
stuff's
stuff
on me.
when you can
if
just
anyone wants
hide?
my shit,
I'm besides, what I have. Just looking at me, do you think that someone's look. It's not an easy target. Look what I'm wearing.
Just kind of looks at your bejeweled robe.
Yeah. You just look at my robe. I scream target.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I like the Theory and Velum are having the same look.
She's just gonna.
Liska's joining in.
We just gonna like stare at each other, and she's gonna overtly lean over and look at her tail. Even your tail is jeweled.
I think that's just a skin.
She just as she raises her tail, the light reflects it. No, that's just naturally how I'm born.
Iridescent.
My point stands. I
That's
can't tell
still-
if you're more likely to be a target of poachers or petty thieves.
Probably both.
Yeah, that
Considering
sounds
my
fair.
luck, it's probably both. Probably
Yeah.
even more so.
Yeah, I just keep everything on me so that if anyone tries to take anything, they gotta get through me to get it.
Yeah. Or you just don't keep things. And you just have what's on your back. And that's really it.
Yeah, I'm learning
know.
to leave certain things somewhere that I'm not always quote unquote loaded.
Haven't you shown us the crystal thing? Or done the crystal thing while Etheria was nearby?
No, he has not.
Never mind.
She actually she'll holds up a small little crystal. You see this? It's I would say a wizard's version of a holds up a black sheet of a portable hole, but holds a little less. Does the little ritual thing, and two big stone tablets along with a tea set on top of it just plops down after she says the magic word. Convenient. However, if someone steals this from me, I lose all the contents. So,
That's fine, but if you lose it, you lose it.
Prison pocket.
yeah.
Did you say that in character?
No.
Okay.
Liska doesn't know what that is.
This guy live in prison.
Yeah, she was a good.
She was a good kid.
She says the magic word.
Magic word. Prison pocket. Sorry.
No, she says the
I'm
magic
done.
word giant.
Arcane magic words.
Goes back into the crystal and gather all 5 crystals, and yeah, this is kind of like a second horrible hole or magical container that I'm carrying. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on me.
I'm so tempted to roll a sleight of hand to yoink one.
You could try.
No, I wouldn't try. I'm not even trained in it.
It would be funny if you're not trained. You do.
And I somehow yoink it. That would be funny, but no.
Yeah, I have a chest that I'm a smaller chest that I'm putting in Willem's wagon, so I don't have to carry so many of my bags on my long tail.
Yep, and that's locked when it's not in use.
I didn't realize how much I was carrying until after the tomb.
You know, it looks big when you look at it. He's sort of like still staring at the globe. It kind of is a small world.
I mean, look how far we traveled and how much we've done.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
8
People
inches.
never leave more than a day or two. You know, just saying that's pretty impressive.
I mean, just me getting to Malin was a lot more than I thought it was. But seeing that some people started out so close together, it's funny.
It's kind of strange to think about.
Hmm.
In a roundabout way, I am closer to home than I was before.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Just
That's
go
true.
this way and just trace it around the west, and there you are.
Do you want to? Are we going to?
Kick Sal's dad in the dick? Yeah, eventually.
Okay, that's.
Stop that.
I mean, that is likely what he will say. Yes.
Probably.
I mean, the real question, Sam, comes down to: do you want Vellum to do it, or me to do it? And she just kind of lifts up her hoof.
I mean, we could take
The yard
turns.
just looks like. Are you? I don't think he'd be alive if the.
Well, he's sturdy, I'm sure, you know. Well,
that's
open
why
with
Liska
Liska.
goes second.
Yeah, I'll go second.
I'll probably just do it myself, to be honest.
That is fine.
Yeah, probably more satisfaction in that.
But until I get a sort of idea of how I'm gonna handle that situation, I am probably gonna stay away from home.
Well, you see, what you do is you lift your leg back, and then you kick forward, and that is how you handle that situation.
But yeah, see what I do a running start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I wonder.
You two will be the death of me.
Be the death of your family tree, if you know what I'm saying.
You mean the family jewels?
Cut it off at the root.
Yep.
I was just sort of
You
looking
spotted
to
that actually
with
here?
a sort of
She's probably been watching with really wide eyes this entire
Yeah.
time.
She's probably been on board. But at that note, actually, Velim is gonna just sort of assuming like move Gruncut and by proxy the globe. Do you want to see where your home is on the map, buddy?
Vatmir was
You know, like put it down to her level.
Vatmir was from here, and she points in the very southeastern point of Ragnarok, just beneath the tallest sort of embossed mountain range there, just south of there.
Patricia.
Oh.
Armanu?
The Ebonwood.
Oh.
Looks like we'll come a long way.
Uh-huh.
It is the life of an adventurer.
Well,
Right.
whoever's been reminiscing, we should probably just get moving.
Alright, everybody,
All right then.
finish your breakfast. Let's head out.
Plenty of time for
Great.
talk on the road.
You set off on your journey after finishing your morning meal.
Thanks for that cool scene, Haven. It's nice for people to inquire
Yeah.
about Vellum.
You know, I thought I'd have Liska do stuff from time to time.
Doing stuff is fun.
And you notice your new Allosaurus, no, Ankylosaurus friend is following in tow, presumably in seeing the desire for more food.
More livery.
He's going to about, every 5-10 minutes give it a leaf. Just be like,
Here, keep
Myth.
following me for more goodies.
so yeah, give it a pet and scratches, because if it's like most four-legged things, they don't get enough of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ever seen cows on those big old like scratching things? They just
Oh, they love
have
it.
a fucking go, yeah.
Oh yeah. And every so
Secret is to
often,
find a spot I can feel it between the plates.
oh yeah.
Yep.
And every so often, sort of scritching underneath that favourite spot that you discovered last night.
So, walking along, just gonna turn over to Liska. So, I take it you're keeping him.
I am planning on it, at least for some time. It's been a while since I have had a proper bout.
Friend? Oh,
I have friends. Just like motions back to the rest of the group.
obviously, yes,
Wait.
I was just thinking, and she's gonna speak a little bit softly and demonic, and thumb back to this guy. One that is gonna live like a century or maybe a little more.
Let's get there's like a small little, like a melancholy understanding kind of goes over her face, and she gives a nod and returns to demonic. It's like, yes, they do not live very long, but they live very full and meaningful lives despite the limited amount of years they have.
Sometimes it's not about how long the lantern burns, but how bright.
Exactly.
The more spectacular, the more you can miss it.
People love watching fireworks.
I've yet to see that.
Oh, wow. We should probably... I tell you what, I'm sure after we are done with this, Liska kind of glances back towards the carriage where Sao is. Inside, undoubtedly doing Sao things. I'm sure Sao will happily give a few demonstrations.
That might be nice. If, by the way, if you need help with that guy at all, while I'm no Beastmaster, I'm pretty good at dealing with animals. I
Of
can
course.
talk to it too, if you want a little bit quicker time, maybe teaching him commands.
I think right now I am just getting him used to me, like my presence, my scent. I worked with the saddle a bit this morning, just to kind of get them used to the touch of it.
Etheria,
But yeah,
you feel a sort of firm shunt at your back as you feel the snout sort of bumping up against the cloak of your leaves, and you feel this deep sniffing.
Oh, no, that's not, no. You'll break your teeth, buddy. He's just gonna pull the cloak aside and just kind of, here, have Gonna
almost-
look around.
It almost snags within the ankylosaur's beak.
I wouldn't bite it. It's magical. Can't really be destroyed by mundane means.
Fuse on it.
She'll
Gets saliva
she'll-
all over it.
forage something real quick, looking around by the roadside. Some plant or large fruit she think it would enjoy.
Sure.
She'll
let
druid
me-
craft something up.
Okay. In that case, fair enough.
Be like, this is about the right species. Druid craft to make it all grow and bloom. Bring it back to Liska. Here, have a fresh something for it.
He gives a nod. Kind
He
of
looks a little hungry. She's trying to tug her cloak back from his grasp.
like here, Clebby. Gilman, look at these. And she kind of waves the fruit from his face.
All right. Make me an animal handling check with advantage from Etherea's help.
Is that a
Yes.
placeholder name or what you're actually gonna call him?
It
Hasn't
sounds
thought
much
of
better
anything
demonic.
else.
Oh, it sounds better. It sounds better.
It's like how Cerberus means spot in ancient Roman,
Fair.
or is it great? Either way, yeah. Hades called his dog Spot. Animal handling with advantage. That alt.
17.
There you go.
Gobbles it down happily. Yeah, you're incrementally putting up that counter. I'm keeping track of these.
Could I have done something cheeky since I'm trying to encourage this and I just talked about helping?
What would you like to do?
Before she did the roll, could I give her one of these?
Ow.
The D4? I'll allow it.
A roll d4.
1d4.
Come on,
1d4.
Are you gonna roll it or me?
You go ahead.
Hey,
you go.
20.
Thresholds, baby!
May not even be relevant, but fuck it. The endorphins are flowing.
Again,
Look at we roll.
it devours it happily, and you feel this kind of faint nudge of its snout against your gauntleted fist.
I just realized, True. You know how cats look at you like they don't see like a master or something? They
see
think
family,
you're just
yeah.
a bigger cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bigger
they just
cat,
think you're a
yeah.
bigger cat.
I mean, with your armor, it could be the same
exactly right.
situation.
It's just like, oh, it's just a smaller version of me.
Just a weird ankylosaurus.
It's spiky and heavy and the same color gray.
That's true. She does have spiky armor too. That's oddly fitting.
This one she even has a big tail.
Yep.
It just hasn't hardened yet.
Oh,
Oh no, it's a juvenile. I'll have to protect it.
Liska gotta need to get some spikes for her tail.
And get a tail hammer.
Oh man, that would be a thing.
Oh no.
That'd be busted.
Liska gets a
Angus
tail
over
attack.
there, working like a
Tail,
mad
yeah, bonus action
scientist.
tail.
Would it be like a one-handed hammer thing?
That's good.
Maybe.
We'll make
I don't
2
know.
bites and a tail attack.
Oh no. A mace for Liska's tail.
Interesting
Hey,
thought.
Janitor.
Pointed
Probably
when she
something
turns
to
into a
talk about after the
stegosaurus.
game. Probably something to talk about after the game.
Don't worry,
But-
Valen's not it.
But yeah, so that's. I think after that, let's go give it. Give us scratches, and then just keep going.
Yeah. Occasionally,
Are we on an actual road, or are we just kind of
you're
bumping it?
You're on a black screen at the moment.
you're on a black screen. Oh dear. Give me a second.
Oh, was I supposed to
you
be seeing the
hold-
parallax this whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me
Refresh.
The shadow realm with you.
stick it back on the other.
So
screen,
I'm
and
guessing
then-
that's just for like theater of mind. Are we still like cutting through the wilderness and finding paths?
You are following the tracks laid out for you by the they're old tracks from the Steamhammer that you've been following through the game paths.
Ah, got it.
A refresh.
Where is it? The narration.
Yeah, I understand now.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware if we were past that part into the part where we have to go into the more wildernessy.
You're technically already in the wilderness. You're just following some of the common game paths that are often used by animals and other creatures of the forest, of the jungle. Some of the smaller trading caravans that have often used these places as well. But
Might be getting hard for the carts soon.
well, not quite. Like we've established in prior sessions, you're keeping to the tracks barreled through in the previous weeks by the steam hammer. So those are the things you're following right now, which is making it a bit easier to navigate. Occasionally,
Perfect.
the wagon might get stuck on a recently overgrown route. Maybe a bit of mud that's been thrown up by a recently passed a large creature that's recently passed through here. But it's nothing that you can't deal with maybe like a bit of a mover from the Jar's magic, maybe slicing through from one of the routes with a weapon or so. It's not too difficult for you right now. And effectively, that's kind of the way it is for the next few days.
Very good.
So I will say, so far,
Before we go
about
traveling too far ahead.
about
The
go ahead.
sorry, it was something for this day before you go skipping like
Oh, yeah,
multiple
go ahead,
days
go
of journey ahead.
Imagine if you wanted to do it like the camp for the night.
Oh yeah, no.
Could be working.
By the way it sounded like you were skipping days. I misspoke. Continue.
Yeah, it eventually you do sort of you do manage to find one of the previous campsites that you have used in the previous week while you're travelling with the steam hammer. It's a familiar destination to you. A small clearing that looks like it has been frequently used since then. There's a freshly put out fire there as well.
Like, how fresh?
Best part of make a survival check.
Okay.
So fresh there are raptor corpses here.
9.
I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking about the giant crystal dome.
Oh,
too.
that's the Jar's. There we go. Yeah, it's difficult to tell. It's looks like charcoal still there, surrounded by stones. Again, looks like it's been somewhat recently used. You're not sure how recent.
Janner, would it be possible to park closer? Because we had that whole thing with Bastion, and like I feel like having
Okay.
everyone in the same closer vicinity might be a good idea.
All right.
I don't know if the terrain allows, and that's why it was parked on the other side, but yeah. Alright, cool.
Because you did
Now we're
mention
safer.
You did mention that you wanted to do that before.
Yeah, now we're
Trying
actually
to be
camping again
made
as
to
well.
allow.
What would Sal be doing at the very moment?
Checking up on her gear, probably doing a bit of inventory, should I say, about her stuff.
Excellent.
So she'd
Sarah would-
probably be somewhere either in the cart or just around it, or table space.
We'll probably go looking around. If Chicky's in the cart still.
Yeah, she's probably
Alright.
there.
have a few ideas I want to run past you.
Hmm?
Well, what is the thing you and Angus used on that hill giant back when we was going towards the Moorbog?
Define thing.
It shot something in the air, made a big arc, and exploded into giant's
Our
face.
water project.
Mortar. Okay then. Well, I've been writing and documenting a little bit more into the moats, or at least the spheres of influence dealing with the elements and the crossovers. One particular chaos, since I think it's called the Chaos or Armageddon. I can't remember which one's called. Oh, they always change. Anyway, before I ramble, what would happen if you could contain magma in one of those mortar shells?
Yes, we call them shells because, well, the original general round is like a cast iron ball for the most part. But we do make shells that contain other stuff inside.
Okay.
We just call them shells for simplicity.
Okay.
But I can kind of see where your idea is coming from. Safety-wise, I am hesitant, but curious.
Well, not like, magma itself there, but it's more of a moat of magma. I've been studying at least also the possibilities of certain moats combining together. Let's say like fire and earth will produce magma. Or fire, water, and air, could produce storm. Moats, if we have significant amount of them. Or one I think you would like even better, if you had a container of wind essence, and it had what dwarves do with steam, compress it. If I recall, you have something like that to use as one of your projectiles. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities you could use these moats for. If we have a general supply of them, which I'm working on. It's just I need to make a Laystone orb. I have the moats for this project. The one thing that I'm missing is a very powerful spell, from what I've heard, that jumps from one realm into another, besides the Materium, which we're on.
Alright. So, aside from just bombarding me with information,
Sorry.
I do believe I can help, but also And you can see this in the way she's looking, because her eyes are sort of, they are in your direction as she's sort of gesturing with both her hands and head in a small ways, but her eyes are not looking at anything in particular. They're just sort of thinking.
Yeah.
You have given me thoughts.
Good. Well, I'll let you stew on those thoughts. Oh, that reminds me. I have to ask Liska something. Sorry that if I gave you too much, but
Oh, no. You go ask Liska. I think I will do as Angus tends to say, and I will cook.
he looks, thinks for a moment. Okay, I'll ask about that later. And he sort of out of the wagon. Liska, where are you at? I have a question.
Was it ever like figured out what was going on with the camp and
I mean,
fire and
yeah.
stuff like that?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. I think Etheria tried to make a check to figure that out.
Yeah,
but
I didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, Liska was also gonna kind of give it a once over if she could.
Sure.
So she, like, even before
I'm
rolling,
not really sure.
so even before rolling, Liska would probably be giving like a once over, like a survival check to see if she can find tracks or kind of figure out what was happening.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So,
Right then.
so she's
26.
booting a boot. Oh, yep.
Yeah, 26. Yeah, this whoever bit was here last is probably long gone by now. This campfire was last lit maybe 8 hours ago. You can indeed see there are a number of boot prints around here. You can see best you can surmise, about 3 people have milled around this campfire for a bit. You can see the remnants of what look like pitons or pitons, or however you want to pronounce it, whatever.
Pitons, yeah.
Looks like they were also making camp here. Also of note, you see quite a how do I explain it? 2 sets of large sort of claw-like prints in the ground. 2 legs on each, and then 1 set of much larger, similar claw-like prints.
Are they like anything that she's been witness to before? She's seen T-Rexes and raptors.
Best you can tell, with a 26, the 2 smaller ones do indeed look like raptor prints. The larger pair seem more on point with those larger carnivores that you've seen. The type of creature you saw or confronted with in the ravine itself when you were kind of trapped there in your first few weeks of travel throughout Tanzia.
Okay.
Indeed,
Can I see?
a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Can I see about how long ago this was?
Similar time frame. This must have they must have been here, or rather, everyone here must have left about 8 hours ago.
Okay. So they both left camp and the carnivores around the same time.
Yes.
Okay. I guess kind of an odd thing. Can I, and I don't know if the check's high enough for this, but it might be it's 26. Can I look around to see if I can find any evidence of who was here before? Like a dinosaur footprint being on top of a human one, or seeing like a human footprint in the impression of a dinosaur, meaning like they walked through it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll say this is gonna kind of stretching here. So what I'll say is make a perception or investigation check.
Okay, let's do perception because that's better.
21. You notice both sets of prints look equally fresh. There are the rare occurrences where, you know, one of the boot prints might go through one of the dinosaur prints, but mostly they seem to be keeping separate from one another.
Okay, so the dinosaur prints came first, and okay, cool, awesome. So they weren't chased off. They just so happened to kind of coincide after the fact. Gotcha.
Oh, no, all the prints sort of exist. Seem to have been made at a similar time frame, meaning they probably would have been here together.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Don't mind me. I keep forgetting we're in a fucking place where people use dinosaurs for things.
Yep.
Don't mind me. So yeah, Liska's gonna kind of come on back to the group, kind of give a little whistle to get Ethereal's attention and kind of motion her to be like, come on over, kind of thing, as she's heading back to camp.
And she will do so.
Then she's gonna come with, like, get into kind of the area of the fire. So like, okay, so it looks like the last group that was here about 8 or so hours ago. Had a couple of raptors, a bit of a larger carnivore, probably something similar to a T-Rex. All apparently human, but nothing we should necessarily worry about.
They look like they're going in our same general direction.
Yes, but they left, like I said, about 8 hours ago, and if we're sitting here to rest, I think they will be far gone by the time we start moving.
Kind of thinks for a minute. At this point, we're still generally on a trail. We have not diverted to the point yet where we are then heading towards the grove.
You are still on that same trail left by the steam hammer. You can definitely see that the tracks are. Well, you've been following the tracks.
Mm-hmm. And this was the one that we originally took on the steam hammer to get to the temple.
Correct.
So it doesn't seem like they would be heading towards the grove.
It is difficult to say.
Mm-hmm.
From what I gather, like, I think we just happened to make like a separate track. Like we're making a new road. Like Seymour came through, flattened a whole bunch of shit, trampled it down.
Fuck this, I'm taking the most direct path. And now people are just using
The
it.
straight line, that's the way of it, lad.
We essentially made a new deer path.
Yep.
Now people are using it.
That's
That's at least what I'm getting from it, because we're heading back towards, because we followed like a line near the river going, and I think that's kind of it. People's like, oh hey, this looks like this might be a road or a path that people have taken. Go fucking figure. And then they are kind of headed back towards direction, because I think we're gonna hit the main road again before we start going to the grove, right? Because it's south of that mountain area, or south of a mountain.
Map of Tanzia.
Because I know we're backtracking on an actual road at one point.
Yeah, you came to a bridge across the Tanzan River, way back when you first entered the Tanzan Wilds, and then you diverted towards the west, going through the trees towards the necropolis. You are effectively retracing that path, which was originally a sort of smaller game path, but the steam hammers just sort of widened it a bit, and you gather you've made another what they called it, another desire path, if you will.
Yeah. Another trail.
Yeah, you're on effectively the equivalent of a desire path through the wilds.
Never knew that was a thing.
But
so I think, Desire Path. Just actually watched a video about those, and how in that Norman Reedus game they incorporated that into the world without people knowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting thing. But what I just posted, so the red is the path that the steam hammer took that kind of forged its own path. The blue is once we're back on an actual road. Then we're going to, at some point in time, go off again to go south of that mountain.
I could just, I'll give you over to the world.
I mean, there's a diagram in the party chat, so
Yeah, I got it.
There you go.
So we haven't gotten back to the actual road yet. Is essentially what I've been saying.
No.
Yeah. So I think this is just a group of people that are like, oh hey, like they were out in the wilderness and they saw this huge swath path. And they were like, oh hey, this is kind of going the direction that we're headed. Let's go this way.
Hey, this is way better than what we were taking.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like,
convenient.
fuck, man.
So essentially, you are kind of back here right now. You've made camp
Okay,
here.
so we're getting closer to the road. Got it.
Yeah.
So are we
We're
going
still
all the way around like in
2 or
Nathan's
3
diagram,
days.
or are we going to cut off early and go south?
Well, there's a
We're gonna cross
bridge
a ridge.
over here. Yeah, we wanted to
Yeah,
cross
there's
the
a
bridge
bridge.
instead of fording.
Yeah, right here
fair.
is nothing but a huge ass river. I ain't going through that river again. I'll be real.
Hey,
It seems like from
you
the
want to go
map
straight
marker,
through the Amazon River?
I don't want to.
Yeah, just-
That's what
just
they,
gonna-
they will
just gonna- Yeah, just gonna have to make a bigger bridge.
Yeah.
Is that just
build a
assume
bridge. We're crafters.
Yeah, you gotta
Assume
But
bridge.
No, like assume bridge. Shit, we don't have that. Angus isn't here.
just say it hard.
Yeah,
enough.
like bridge is here, so like with the marker where it is, we don't need to go all the way around like in Avon's thing. We can just go southwest a little and then be there, right?
I mean, it's true, but I think. I mean, it's true. I think it kind of depends on. Well, one, we don't exactly know where we're headed. I assume because it was told that it was south of the mountain, that'd be directly south. The speed we'd probably get traveling on the road and then kinking left might be faster than going straight south through the forest, forging a new path without the steam hammer, and then going east.
Yeah, because for two reasons. One, we know already that Nazara has the Obsidian Brotherhood, and they made a base, so they might have lookouts.
I should also say
Two.
that what was stated is it's near it. The grove is near a mountain in the southern reaches of the southeast.
Where the big trees are, right?
Yeah, around somewhere
We
around
practically
the
have a
mountain.
marker.
Yeah, we have a marker.
The
It's
marker.
that outlined area here.
The
with
marker
big trees.
is like just a general sort of approximation. It could be here, could be there.
Could be anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
near,
so
near,
it's
near a
just
mountain.
it's a general direction idea, but not a solid concrete idea.
So I'd
And-
say as much as we can stick to the road, like an actual paved road,
Hmm.
Before
that is my preference instead of
I-
for like foraging through the forest.
All right. I just thought, like, basic coincidence between 2 points, but I'm fine going around taking the time.
Because also, yeah, I'm considering what if this is my memory and using the VODs. Last time when we tried to forge through the jungle to catch Bloodhorn, there were some difficulties there. I don't want to go through those.
I should also say the Ring of Claws is on the 30th of Ferbus next month.
Oh, fucking shit.
Whatever saves us time.
Yeah, because
I think-
like what path did the original projection of time account for? Like, is it the path of going around, the path of cutting through? Like,
I think going around.
okay,
Going around.
let's stick to the estimate then and go around.
Yeah. Well, I guess, hey, Jenner, here's
Mhm.
a quick question, because we've been doing this for some time and we kind of got a feel for it. How long does it take to go a hex forging through trees versus hex traveling
right.
a road?
Yeah, because we don't
I-
have the steam hammer.
I would, yeah, because particularly because you don't have the steam hammer, I would have to say it would take half a day. You'd effectively be traveling at half speed.
Okay. Versus, like, a well-maintained road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, I think we'd probably save a day or two going roadside.
Alrighty.
All right then, if that is your desire.
So, what is our actual path on this map?
I think
So, like, just to
So
to
you
draw here.
drawing.
Are we?
Yeah, so you teleported here.
Are we doing this?
That's the current question, yeah, because we could save some time by just cutting straight through the woods, but obviously it would take some time because it's more difficult. So,
And again,
at the moment, we're kind of weighing what's worth and what's not.
and also this marker isn't the actual marker. Like, it doesn't actually
It's
tell
just
us
that
where it
whole
is.
region, that whole outline region.
Yeah.
Is the
In
grove.
fact, just
It
to
can
make
be over here.
just to make this clearer, I'll just stick it like on the mountain there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be
Somewhere
anywhere
on that
around-
mountain.
or
Yeah.
anywhere near the mountain, is what you were given.
Yeah. So what essentially the two options that are being presented are cutting through here and having an actual forge to forge a path for the cart to go through to get to the mountain, or following the road and then cutting. Like, we save about 2 hexes worth of forest going on the road.
Which is essentially a day, if I remember.
Yeah, a day or two.
Because each. Normally, it would be 1 day a hex on a road, just traveling, right? Because we don't have the steam hammer pulling things along at double speed.
Yeah.
And it isn't there to flatten the trees and make it, 1 hex a day through the forest. So it would be 2 days per hex. So
Unless
if
you're
we
on
had to,
a main trading road, paved.
that's what I'm saying. Through, yeah. At that case, then it's the 1 hex a day.
Mm-hmm.
If we go through the forest, I might be able to do things to help us in the most difficult places with a little bit of like ranger druid magic. But there likely is a point where we're going to have to abandon the cart because I don't see it being feasible to get it through that dense of a jungle that hasn't been cleared or had things knocked down by the tank.
Yeah, I
And it
feel
would-
like. Sorry, go on.
Even if it's possible, I feel like it would slow us way down.
Yeah, I feel like once we get to the closer we get to the grove, we're gonna start seeing signs of oogie shit, and we're probably gonna wanna ditch the wagon anyway. So that kind of works out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the grove is corrupted and it's had time to be corrupted, maybe it's spread further out, and we're going to have to travel through corrupted lands to get to it.
Oh, hey, you can. That's interesting. You can actually manipulate this now.
So, you're taking the path more well travelled?
Yes, and that will make all the difference.
Alrighty, glad that's set in stone and we know what we're doing.
I'll go ahead and delete this one then. So that's the one you're taking. So, you have anything you want to do while you're at camp here?
Yes.
Yeah, Snack had something.
Alright.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Liska and then get back to Sal on something that's very important. Liska will be checking the camp, or what is she doing exactly? I'm sorry, before I assume.
She just came back from scouting the area and given the information that there was a party here that left 8 hours ago.
Okay. Right. Liska, I have a question for you real quick.
Yes, what is it? What is my...
Anything about a nightmare heart? Have you ever heard of that?
1 second, sorry. For some reason, my forge keeps... My tab keeps crashing. She's going to, like... Right now, she's fiddling with a strap that just keeps fucking up for some reason. A nightmare hunt? Like, what do you mean?
Well, when I was in short version, I was in the shopkeeper's scroll shopkeeper's store. He wanted to exchange a very high level spell scroll for his studies of the other realms, like the what is it? Sorry, I am excited, but also trying to think properly at the same time.
It's fine.
You know the Blacklands, yes?
Yes.
Okay. But there's another realm called the Savage Fen. He's studying something like that and wants something from a beast there that's dealing with a nightmare heart. I am not entirely sure. Since you're someone who hunts a lot of beasts, I thought you would possibly know.
I mean, I know of nightmares. They are a kind of fiendish creature. Usually take the appearance of like a flaming horse, but I mean, I do not know where one is, especially to carve out his heart or something like that.
Because that was his requirement for me to get high level scroll. So I thought of asking you.
Wait, so what? Okay. Can you tell me specifically what he said?
He said he required a reagent or a body part of a nightmare's heart. That's literally all I know. I didn't ask any more.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that is something that is possible. We will have to. I mean, if anything, you would probably be able to summon it because, magical means, and then I'm sure we could kill it, but I don't know how you feel about that. But sure, we can try to get the heart of a nightmare creature.
Mm, wait a minute. If I didn't share this, it's the Carnosaur's treatment of the whatever inflicting it, that madness. When I was trying to cleanse it, it showed the affliction showed nightmares itself. Like,
Go do horses.
it wasn't horses, it was okay, take where we're standing right now, full of life and wonder and everything that's normal, and subvert it, dealing with horroring faces, death, decay, silence. I was seeing that.
So your mom's house. I'm sorry. Sorry, she doesn't say that. I mean, that sounds like the Blacklands.
But the Blacklands is full of shadow. This seems like
death and horror. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like maybe it is a metaphorical nightmare that he is asking for, which, if that's the case, that merchant's kind of a dick. Hold on. Question, Atlas. At any point in time, did Etheria say anything about nightmares out loud?
When talking about callings, I think with Dejar.
Because I remember when we're talking to, what was it about? I think Hylosaur, when it was going mad, you were like,
Yeah, she had
There's
talked about
something
that.
about- yeah.
And also as well, the nightmare itself. So she
was-
has mentioned it.
Okay, I was trying to think of. So I think Liska might have been there, but let's make an intelligence check to see if she remembers. Cross your fingers, y'all.
hey, look at that.
Yeah. You know, when we first came across Clubby, I think Etheria was talking about how there was a nightmare kind of place. We've been into other realms or planes where there have been kind of living manifestations of their presence. Perhaps that is what they were referring to. The nightmare that was that Etheria was talking about.
You know what?
I still think the merchant's a dick, but at least we
mean,
know why he is a dick.
Yeah, he's the one holding that scroll I really, really want. But yeah, it has its terms, and I honestly, as powerful I am in magic, sometimes I don't even know what the fuck people are talking about sometimes. Ugh.
Well, just because you're intelligent doesn't mean other people are.
I'm slowly learning this.
So yeah, it is definitely, and I'm not saying that this is like you, or that you are like this, but I have kind of noticed that intelligent people tend to go with the more complicated answer than the simple one, because they assume that everyone is as smart as them. Or yeah, it is. I don't know. They tend to overthink. That's what I am saying. They tend to overthink.
Being around every last single one of you is constantly made me check myself and what I say and how I do it.
I mean, there's intelligence and then there's wisdom, Dejan. It's hard to have both.
Hard to have both. Not impossible, but hard.
That is true. Not impossible, but hard. Anyway, go talk to Etheria. She's probably the one that you need help with.
That seems to be the case. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Syria, he just calls out into the air. I need your guidance for a bit.
Etheria would actually be near Willem's cart, just about to knock on it. Okay. Is this a now thing, or like what's? As she begins to lower the fist.
It's more. If you have something that's more pressing, I can wait. But it's dealing with the nightmare.
Give me about what? Oh, okay. And she turns around. All right, that can wait. Go on about your nightmare thing. Did you have a bad dream, or?
Well, no. I have two concerns. One, someone who's studying the Savage Fin is asking for a nightmare's heart, and I have no idea what that is.
Who wants one of those?
The old, I would say, priest in Gonzalez Temple who sells magical scrolls. Says he's doing studies on the different world of influences, the spheres of influences, specifically the Savage Fin. I can't remember his name. I know he's a kind old man.
Yeah, he's.
Look, I'm just telling you about appearances. If I could give you a name, I would.
Okay. No, the guy. Yeah, I remember him in the city. He's just gonna do a quick little think. I'm gonna also do a quick. Where is it? Making up for shortcomings.
What? Wow.
It's a lot of tricks.
Don't know why it did that.
That has happened once before.
Well, I think it's still 16.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, the result is 16 because it's showing everything after I added my max D4 guidance. Yeah, nature, intelligence-based knowledge, so I'm bad at it.
Always interesting how that happens.
Ugh.
I have to get expertise or some shit in it.
Yeah, that's you have to do.
That's what I like about the new D&D 5.5.
Yeah, you would. The ranger who is good at doing ranger stuff and nature should be good at it.
Well, I mean, also the druid gives you add your wisdom and your intelligence to your nature and arcana checks.
That's a good one. So she's kind of gonna quirk a brow. Those things are made. It's something or someone's heart. I am hesitant to share a lot about it, but she's gonna kind of look you up and down. I will trust your honor. If something fully loses itself to the nightmare, it corrupts and twists into a savage entity, sometimes drastically different than its own others. Close, daring mimicry. When it twists, its heart corrupts. Oftentimes, these hearts are of dryads, living entities of plants who have a sort of core similar to a heart. It pumps magic essence through its roots and through its limbs all the same. They are magical green wells, these green hearts. They can be corrupted in the thorny purple influence. If one of these is taken into a grove, it can twist into one. It is a perversion.
The sheriff's just like, wait a minute. So he goes into her herbalist sack and pulls out a bramble heart. Something like this.
Oh. Something exactly like that.
I don't know what these are per se. We found them in the Dragon Rider's tomb. At least these two. The other two were goes into the bag and pulls out green ones. In the library, there were these. I think Angus might have got one, but there was one of these. Well, so are you saying to me that these two were once something that breathed life into the land, but hold up the bramble heart? This one's corrupted by the nightmare, essentially twisting it from its natural purpose.
To an extent. It is not fully corrupted. It's definitely no longer pure. But they are a stiff corpse. Nightmare Heart is one that is infested with maggots. It is the next step of an unnatural decay.
Okay then, this has raised several alarms.
They are used to spread an advanced form of what you call corruption. They make seedbeds. And they corrupt others. Maybe even just by holding it.
Lets them he puts one, the green one, into a jar, into a bag of holding. The other one, I'm wraps up in leather. Okay then.
That one's not as dangerous, but it's still very
Enough to
bad.
be- Enough to be wary of, still. So, a nightmare heart can... That would just make my job even worse. No, absolutely not. Why would...
I
then
would.
he's thinking, you just see her connect the dots like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another way. Nah.
It seems you have a lot in your mind. Not to be a little intrusive here, but given the subject, care to share your thoughts?
Well, okay. In previous ventures, we've tackled Thrask, who's been manipulating energies from the Savage Fin into creatures that, as I suppose, made Bloodhorn. And if what you're telling me with this, that means there's someone else who could, from records I have long since read, bring about something more monstrous from the Savage Fin into our world, even just by blatant curiosity. And
Curiosity, contempt, resentment, desire. These are things that make it grow. These are
And-
things that open your heart up to become one of theirs.
the worst part, when I was cleansing Clubby, I didn't say this at first. I think I did, but I can't. A lot was going on. I saw the nightmare, at least I think I did. Like, looking at this jungle, he just turns around looking at where there was life. I saw death, decay, screaming faces, just an anathema of what is right here, right now. In my mind's eye, like the world was overlapping. They're both overlapping each other, the Materium and the Nightmare.
That's not good. Well, we're likely getting closer.
Oh,
The closer
right.
we get to that grove, the more those worlds can overlap, or one even becomes the other.
Also, there's one other thing. I'm not entirely sure if
Mhm.
Gonzala showed us what Nazara looked like, but I saw a figure emaciated with a cape of red feathers and with pinpoint red eyes. When I first tried to cleanse Clubby, there was a major pushback. When I tried again, just by my intelligence alone. I was swatted away like a child. I gave it my best. But until he points back over to Vilm's cart, Vilm gave the idea to maybe use a spell that I've done recently to, get rid of a spell entirely. That worked, but using so much magic after mental battle was entirely draining. And that was just with her trying to hold over an animal. I don't know what he's doing there. And that concerns me. I can deal with gates. I can deal with rifts. Hell, maybe an eldritch critter or a possession or two I can deal with. This is something else.
This is an influence in a transformation. It's not necessarily a different place, a different being. It's the same thing. Born anew, if you could call it that. There's nothing to banish, to return across a gate, to send back to some other plane like a summoned beast. It's almost as if it's native to the world. Often seen as the entropy of goodwill.
I guess the phrase is very accurate. There is no rest for the wicked. Man, does it get tiring though.
Imagine how they feel.
Just gives you a look like,
If there's no rest for the wicked, there's surely the most of them all.
true that is. You're gonna need to cut this shit off at the source because I'm getting really tired of it.
Yep. So, this friend of yours, did he say why he wanted this heart?
He said, and this is as much as I can remember, to study the connections to the Savage Sven.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just gives you a look like, since you gave me this knowledge, I'm kind of suspicious now.
My question is this just a trade? Or do you know this person well enough to be willing to give them that type of breadth and power? Now, this is just my thoughts, taking it to a magician's extreme. She gestures you up and down. Maybe it's like a powerful wand of the dead. It's a tempt you to defy laws whispers at you to kill and raise corpses since it's so good at it, and feeds on that curiosity, your desire to know. It's sort of that equivalence. Except instead of just killing a person, it kills them as they were and remakes them with all their worst ways possible. With the new desire to do the same to the next. Do you know and trust this person well enough to say for certainty that they can resist that temptation? That they won't be susceptible?
Armed with this new knowledge? No, I don't think that they're trustworthy. This is literally a trade, and I did not know any of this at first. I was like, oh, so it's like, maybe an alchemical reagent. No.
They're the hearts of walking tree men. I think.
Yeah.
Treants in trade time.
Yeah,
sometimes people.
I'm not gonna go through with this trade at all. So I need that scroll. I'm not gonna do. No, I'm gonna find another way. Absolutely.
Maybe there can be an alternative. Maybe he's not aware of the dangers. Maybe he thinks himself immune. I wouldn't recommend it. It's your call to make.
If I don't take care of this while it's under my purview, he's going to find someone else. Maybe someone within the black market of this land, and give him something even more dangerous. So I'm either stuck with
damned if you do.
Yep, and damned if I don't. It makes the problem even worse.
Tell you what. I'll be honest, there's a huge chance we're going to find one where we're going. Let's, keep an eye out. Maybe we can go negotiate together.
I appreciate that, yes, because I'm more and more I'm hearing about this, the more I get closer to this, I feel a wee bit out of my depth. New territory for me.
That's honestly probably a good thing. There are some forces you don't want to become too familiar with. Know just enough to beat it, but not enough to listen to it.
Right. I will keep those wise words in mind. Now...
Oh, a final parting word. Look at me. I'm a shining example. A beacon of positivity. But when you do see those places, when you do hold those corrupted sacks, happy thoughts, okay?
Got it.
And anything you see, anything you feel, anyone who's gone, they're not there.
He nods. Definitely making a mental note fitness and a full front of a mind.
Great.
Right.
Just kind of
Now,
claps her hands. Is
I'll
that the
leave-
all of it?
Yep, that's all of it. I will leave you to your business. Sorry for the minor inconvenience.
No, not at all. Thank you for asking. I'm always happy to help. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Not a problem. I will
she'll just
over here and sit down, just look into the fire, have
knock. Go ahead.
just have a mirror thoughts like, oh shit. He just has that face while you just continue doing your thing.
Knock on the cart.
Vellum, you hear...
Hey, sunshine.
Just for clarification, who's Theria chasing down?
you.
Vellum. You hear
Okay, I just wanted to
a
be sure.
knocking
I
at your
wasn't
cart.
sure of the order of events.
Yeah. About to knock on your cart, Dejar has, hey, you have a minute? I'm kind of busy. It's about creepy esoteric knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I have 5 minutes.
Back to knocking at the cart. Like, okay, that's
Alright,
done. Now my purpose.
It will open. Oh, alright, there we go.
She's just gonna thumb back to the forest. Hey, can I borrow, like, an axe or something?
I'll see if I have one, but I don't think I've had an axe in months.
A hatchet or something I could get some pretty sturdy branches with.
I'm looking through my inventory. I don't actually have anything. I haven't had axes since I used to throw hand axes.
Now you have javelins.
Javelins don't really cut, do they?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
So
Got like a battle
Yeah.
axe,
They're
great
piercing
axe, hand axe, like a
Nope.
woodcutter's axe or something.
no, I have none of the above. Everything I have is swords or
Oh,
pointy
dear.
things. I mean, you never need them. I haven't needed one until now. I don't think I have one now. Grunker might have some odds and sods about, but other than that, I could just come with you and hack at whatever you're looking for.
How would you do that if you don't have an axe?
Just takes out sword.
Not to be mean, but, you know, you're kinda... She looks at the visible metal part of your blade and does like a pinching motion. I don't really think that's gonna
You'll activate
cue
it. Just
anything. Yeah, kind of like shields it a little bit with her hand. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for felling a log.
Well, I've cut thicker things with it, but fair enough. He'll deactivate it, put it away. Yeah, no axes from me. Grunker carries a lot of random things. Maybe he's got one.
Got it.
And
I'll have
worst
to
comes to
check
worst,
that.
he's got a big axe that he's got, so maybe he can help you lop him down.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut down a tree, not set the forest on fire. But maybe you could just break it. Oh, whatever. Other question. Do you happen to have any, like, spare arrows or anything that you've, you know, found?
Nope, right not. I don't have a bow, don't use one. Best
It's
bet
difficult.
is either Dejar or, again, Grunker. Maybe Liska, but I think hers might be a bit big.
I see. If I
Yeah,
get
so
a
to say, if
hold
it's
of some-
something random or
Are you
odd.
able to
Yeah.
change the metal tips?
Sorry, was that she's able to change the metal tips, or she wants
Yeah.
to change the
If
metal
I get a hold of some, would you be able to change their metal tips?
I figure out. Actually, out of character, is there a specific fletching thing, or is it just something that crafters can do?
There's a recipe for arrows and bolts.
Are they in smithing?
No, just miscellaneous recipes. Yeah, very very bottom there.
Oh,
It's just a
okay.
survival check, DC 10, for like some feathers, wooden shaft, spool of thread, steel tips.
okay. So it doesn't need a specific skill set; it just needs survival, which is in Bellum's wheelhouse. But whatever. I'm no Fletcher. I could give it a go, but ask around. There might be people better suited for that kind of work.
Yeah, no, I can make arrows. I just was curious if you're able to change metal tips.
Okay, to what?
Something probably blunter, lighter, less, you know, when she does like the triangle shape with her fingers.
Lethal.
Yeah, something a little bit safer to shoot.
I mean, it could be.
I'll see what I can work on.
It could be entirely possible. It wouldn't be too difficult to make some steel tips into like steel balls or something.
It's tricky because if you change the weight of and the aerodynamics of the tip, then the whole thing goes wobbly. But like as that's why Venom's saying, I'll see what I can do.
Just to be clear, I'm not trying to get you to make anything fancy. I'm actually trying to get you to make something less fancy, more beginner friendly. And it would probably be better if you're the one that made it.
Venom puts 2 and 2 together finally. You plan on teaching Vladimir how to shoot?
She's been looking at the bow a lot. I think she wants to learn.
Well, there's no harm in her learning. Don't know if she's gonna be good for that, but I'll mock up some training arrows and see what I can do with them.
That would
You don't
be
want the weight
best.
being too different, otherwise it throws it all out of work.
And that's why I went to you. Plus, I have a feeling she would like it if you made them.
Alright, I'll
I
take a look at
figured
some
you
stuff.
wouldn't mind her learning.
It's another way she can
Unfortunate.
protect herself. I mean, she's always got her magic, but it's good to have a fallback.
And, well, call it a father's worry, right? But would you rather she learn how to shoot and stay back out of danger? Or learn how to swing an axe from Grunka and wade right into it?
Oh no, I want her as far away from everything as possible, but, you know, she's got her magic, so I figured that was always going to be enough. But seems like she at least wants to try something different. And who knows, maybe he'll help her aim with magic.
Who knows? It's different, but it's also familiar. Alright. I'll leave you to it, Sunshine. I'll go ask around. And she will go to the next person who suggested.
Sorry, I
Look-
couldn't help. I mean, it's literally
No,
I
it's
don't
fine.
I don't have the thing she's looking for, and Grunka is a pack rat, so of course he's gonna have everything.
Just- She's
Pretty
gonna.
sure he's still got dark iron weapons. in his bag, so he's probably got an axe in there somewhere. It's a safe bet.
Yeah. Before she does, can I do a quick look around for something, Janner?
Sure. What are you trying to look for?
A cool looking rock.
A cool looking rock. Sure. Just make a perception check. I mean, there's plenty of rocks around. It's just trying to find that perfect rock. Yeah, 11. I mean, you do find, like, nestled within a couple of roots, one almost perfectly round looking rock. You don't know if it's going to attract his attention, or if it's going to be pretty mundane to him. You've only been traveling with Grunker for a few days. You have no idea what he's like.
Wait, this thing's almost perfectly round?
A true mystery.
Almost. There's a few bits where there's like a jagged natural protrusions.
This is perfect. This is actually perfect. She's gonna grab that rock and head up to Grunka.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
She's gonna look at the rock and look to him. Do you happen to have weapons? Sunshine over there said you might collect weapons.
I can check. Because like eye her weirdly, because I don't know, it finds her creepy. And he's gonna rummage through his bag a bit. And there's a weapon.
I need an axe, something I can cut wood with, and wouldn't light it on fire.
Grunka puts the great club back inside. Let me see. Well, I guess I'm just gonna pull out the Frostbrand Soul Cleaver. This one won't set it on fire.
That might be a little fancy for me, buddy. I was kind of gonna be rough with it. She's looking at the ominous magical item.
That looks like a frozen skull, yeah.
Yeah. You can see like dry ice billowing off of the blade.
Okay, I guess. I mean, it's magical, so it wouldn't really happen, but okay.
Yeah, and she's gonna look at the shiny round rock. I was gonna trade for it, and I don't think that's a fair trade to you.
Okay. It's not set on fire. I'm actually.
Little hatchet or something.
No, nothing like that. I got my eld. I got a magma steel axe. I got a Frostbrand Soul Cleaver. And that's all it is. Just kind of it. I think I stole the most of my other stuff. Got a great club if you want it.
You know what? No, but maybe you can use it. Thanks for checking anyway. Here's a cool rock I found. It's almost perfectly round. Normally, that means it's a geode or a fossil. Maybe you can break it open and find something cool inside.
Yeah.
You're kind of underground people, like fossils and rocks and things, right?
I mean, sure. They're a bit, you know. I guess you say that they're a little mundane, but sure. I'm sure it could be neat to have something from the surface. But maybe you should check with Liska. She has a lot of sharp, hacky weapons.
Okay. She kind of idles for a minute. You want to smash the rock and see?
Okay. I'm just gonna.
No, if you don't want, it's fine.
It's fine. I'm just gonna take. He's gonna put the rock on another rock, and he's gonna take out the hammer he uses to put like in his climber's kit that he put pittance in the wall with.
All right.
And he's gonna give it a whack.
All right. Go ahead and roll a. Just roll me a d10.
A D10. Okay. Let's see. Is that a D10? Yes.
Okay. You crack the rock, which kind of echoes throughout the jungle. The rock splits in half. Both halves fall apart. It's just some igneous rock.
Damn.
How'd you roll that? How'd you roll the 10 on that?
Oh well, just takes up one of the halves and starts chewing on it. It's not as good as the one at home.
Not as good.
Rocks at home.
Not as good as the salt lick rocks.
Yeah.
Sao just passes by briefly, just goes, he's like that, don't worry.
What does he? What do you like then? As he just kind of looks back to Grunka.
Method acting.
The man.
He's
with
actually
the
just
full
crunching
leg.
the
I
rock
love
she
the
gave him.
Wow. Oh. You mean like my favorite thing, or is it something I like?
Maybe both. Something I can keep an eye out for.
Oh well. I don't know if my favorite thing doesn't exist up here, but I don't know. I kind of like.
What is your favorite thing?
Oh. Grunker's gonna get a bit of a dreamy look in his eyes. Oh, collect bugs. All 7 of them together in 9 different spices and herbs, 3 fruits in a dried age, as well as 4 kind of roots, a splash of basil gulper bile, and a grub, all mashed and mixed into the consistency of what you call mashed potatoes. Cooked for 2 days, then stuffed into a boulder bug and then left to bake for a day at 3.7 feet, which is very important, over a river or pool of lava, and then served piping hot with some glimmer moss and garnish. It's takes about 3 hours to eat, and it's the best meal I ever had. I usually get it for my birthday.
This isn't just food. This is Glimmertop food.
This is decadence.
I'll tell the dwarf when we go back. What's maybe your second favorite thing that I might be able to find here? Janner, would I be able to find any of those things here?
No.
No,
not at
Just a
all.
casual river of lava.
No.
I don't think the cooking method would be the same.
They're
Not-
exclusive to the Deep Dark, all of it.
Yeah. There's nothing like here on this. Nothing like that here on the surface.
Yeah, and
Nothing even
it's just-
remotely close to it.
Yeah, he's gonna keep staring out with a bit of a dreamy glimmer in his eyes, and then he's
Can
gonna
I-
it's gonna dull a bit, and he's gonna be like, no, I mean,
Can I
yeah, I
use-
guess bird is pretty good. We don't have those up down here.
Can I use my my knowledge of beasts to see if maybe there is a
What, like the,
bug adjacent type creature on the surface that maybe this specific kind of rock lobster will be similar, you know?
You're making a nature check, sure.
Cool.
I just want to say, give Gronka inspiration for that, because that was fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really
That was
good.
Yeah,
actually
that was
great.
that was a brilliant bit of roleplay there.
One of them classic Grunka moments.
With even with
They're
advantage, with
I'm
an
gonna be
8.
honest with you.
Yeah, nothing.
You don't even know
I
what
don't
half the
even
words
know
he
what
said
those
was.
are.
You don't even know it was common. With trade tongue. You probably slipped into fucking deep tongue for half of that.
Yeah, half of that.
You just didn't think about it. You just kind of got carried away back home and just fucking started talking in his tongue.
So is it spicy or
Oh,
is it?
very,
Got it.
very. If you don't get blisters in your mouth, you haven't seasoned it right.
And it's made. Are these creatures? I think you said something about a beetle, but then you kind of just went "Rah, rah," for a little while, so I don't really.
Crooked wipes a bit of spittle from the corner of his mouth. Oh yeah, yeah, most of it is or from other creatures, I guess. But there's some other stuff, some roots and some other herbs and spices and fruits and stuff. So it's kind of like it's a whole thing. What are those called? What are those called? They give cornea stuff.
Cornucopia.
No, I think mine was right.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind, and I'll just keep an eye out for some birds and roots and beetles.
Okay. As long as they're Grook's gonna look at her hand. I mean, as long as they're about that big, otherwise, not really much meat in one of them. It's just kind of scale, just kind of shiten. Which doesn't taste very good.
I feel like I've learned something today. All right. Bye.
Grook's gonna go back to chewing on. Grook's gonna go back to chewing on this fucking what was it? Igneous stone.
Yeah, it was an igneous rock.
Wow.
Lava rock.
The quest for an axe continues.
Hey. She goes up to Liska.
Just says,
Before
hey,
you,
in the middle of camp.
Goes up to Liska. Hey, before you go to bed, you have any spare hacking tools, like an axe or a hatchet, something for, firewood gathering?
I think so. Hold on. She's gonna go into her bag, and then she's going to casually kind of shuffle around a little bit and just be like, woods. And she's gonna pull out two different things. She's gonna pull out a battle axe. It's like this, you can probably get a lot more like chopping with it, and it also has a spike which can let you move around logs, make it a little bit easier. Or if she pulls out hand axe that kind of glows with the heat, it's like, or there's this flaming hand axe which would help you cut but also possibly char the wood. Which one do you want?
So a giant battle axe?
It's a battle axe. It's a one-handed.
Oh, got it.
It's a one-handed weapon.
Not a great axe.
No, not a great axe. It's
It's
the
the
variant.
versatile one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the versatile one.
Yeah, 1d10 versatile. So you can use one hand or two hands. I would suggest two hands, or a hand axe, which is just like a hatchet, a flaming hatchet. Depends on what you wish to cut.
Tough pick. The hand axe would be lighter, but I feel bad because it's clearly expensive.
Just kind of shrugs. It's like I never
I'll be
use
giving
it.
it back.
Should. And she just kind of puts the battle axe down, does that thing where she just kind of tosses it in the air. She grabs it by the head and offers it handle first to Etheria.
Just gonna look at her hand. How is that not burning? Okay.
It only burns on the hit. It's magical.
All right. Maybe it'll char the end of a tree so it won't kill it.
Maybe.
Okay. That works perfect for me. Thanks.
No problem.
I'm gonna head into the forest and get some wood. Do you need me to keep an eye out for anything?
Just keep an eye out for yourself. Don't want to get ambushed or anything.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be back. And with that, she's going to go gather some supplies. The grand quest complete.
Hey, there we go.
All
Just
it took
ended
was
it.
talking
Okay.
to 3 people.
As I went through all these different people, never talk to the warrior who collects weapons.
To be fair,
Like Link's quest, but shorter.
So, just to keep things simple here, I'll say for the next 2 hours, you do manage to gather those previous 8 pine wood logs that you gathered mistakenly with Angus, but we sorted that out in DMs.
I just didn't have them selected,
No worries.
so it defaulted to Angus.
Yeah, so 8 pine wood logs, which interestingly enough is the perfect wood for bow making.
Perfect.
We're 3 days in.
We've
a lot
done
of things.
We've done 1 day so far.
But we've had like a few long rests.
Since you last rolled?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think, and then she also gets to do creature components. Sorry, just ignore this. Continue.
Yep. So, you're all headed to bed for the evening, or anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to get done?
Nothing for now, but does anyone have any arrows? Because I don't have shit to make them.
Okay, I don't.
Well, they only
But
got
I
I
just
have.
got a bunch of sharp teeth and feathers.
Get to work.
I got
small boy.
arrows.
Arrows would be useful.
Yeah. I
Let's go with the
fucking
dozen. A good even dozen.
I can do you for 82.
I'll take a dozen, thanks. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
I-
fucking 6. We'll go with 6. They're training arrows.
Yeah,
It'll take me. It
you
took
can
me time
blame me
to-
for that because I gave Sal quite a lot of arrows.
So, is this the crafting that you want to do behind the scenes, Bellum?
I don't know. How long would it take to blunt some arrows?
Oh,
I mean, I don't really
like,
need to change much about the tips. Just like
yeah.
blunt the sharp parts of it.
I'd say like an hour or so, just for like a dozen.
There we go. I'll spend an hour that night making blunting some training arrows. Yeah, fuck it,
Alright.
let's go with a dozen, since I can do a dozen in that time.
Can I search for a different material other than pine? Can I do another gather?
If you have the time,
I do have some
Should.
arrows.
It only takes 2 hours.
Yeah, and you can do twice per day, so you've got one more.
Perfect. I'll do that.
Go for the high quality wood. There you go.
Oak's pretty good.
Oak is good.
Is good.
It's hardy
Good.
and it lasts long.
I'm trying to send
Sorry
you
for the
the
voice there.
actual arrows, by the way.
It's sedative on me, because they're gonna go there anyway.
I'm
I
still
don't
trying
actually
to
need
trade
them
with
for a
you.
recipe. It's not popping up for some reason.
What?
Nope, there it
Which
is.
one? Okay.
Is it a white oak or a red oak?
Oh god, I don't know.
I've
It's
never really
it's
thought of
oak.
La-di-da.
It's oak.
It's wood.
It's wood.
Ah!
Oh.
I'm not an enthusiast of wood and wood related products.
Biology and just in wood. What do you mean? I'm just a DM.
Yeah.
Birch,
Oh, you mean you're not a
ash.
woodologist?
Woodologist.
Woodologist.
Biology.
By the way, Janer,
Mhm.
I want to talk to Bunzala real quick.
Okay.
Casual chat with a god. The huge.
Just a casual chat.
Catch with living God. Don't worry about it.
So, you begin to focus that. You begin to harness your focus shortly before headed to sleep for the evening, holding that amulet around your neck, the one that refuses to come off. You eventually start feeling a familiar chill running down the back of your spine, up towards the base of your skull.
Yes, new information on Nazara. He seems to be, encroaching on your late wife's domain.
May that be true? We told you this before.
True. But from what I've learned from our dear friend, is how to put it. Well, fuck it. He just shows it instead of the nightmare. It's that is what she's doing, and also
So
you
what
really need her.
you've showed him what? I missed that.
I'm showing him what I saw when I was trying to cleanse Clubby there. The visions.
is a curious pause. The presence is contemplative. The presence appears to be... It seems to be taking this information in, trying to connect some dots.
What I gather is he's using your mojo with this combination of this to disrupt life itself on a much grander scale, I fear.
Did she make a bargain with other worldly forces? You best get her.
That?
You best get my mojo back, child. Right quick.
Oh, that brings me to another question. Her soul, if he made another bargain with other entities, would you mind if I snatched that soul up and made sure it wasn't stolen from you?
There's another deep, contemplative pause. And then there's a deep, almost resignated sigh.
Well, it wasn't part of the bargain. So, I suppose it made no difference to me. So long as I get me mojo back.
Got it. I'll make great use of the spell I got from Grandma to great effect on that front.
Will that be all?
Yes. Thank you for your time.
The presence recedes from your mind. And you notice that presence feels a bit more distant than it once was.
I gave the big old ferryman deep thinking. I've been doing that lately.
From what you
with
gather,
some folks.
Dajar's fairly intelligent. You gather the further you venture from the necropolis, from Banzala's throne, the more distant that presence will be, and the less it will be likely to speak through words.
Kind of like how I tried contacting Alchum and Morbog, like that type of sense. Is that almost like a similar feeling?
It's a quite similar, yes.
Alright. Gotcha.
And with that, you headed to bed?
Yep.
Okay. Is everyone else headed to bed, or is there some roleplay you want to bring to the front?
Do we?
Do you? Don't have
It's all
to.
up to you guys.
It's a mystery.
It's mostly just a minor crafting request, so
All right then.
we'll just progress that as you you do.
We'll go over here and have Valdrin pick up those training arrows.
They already picked up. For some reason, the empty pile just continues to exist.
Alright. Eventually, one by one, you all head to rest for the night. Dejar.
Is. Yep.
You come to sleep for the night. Your mind begins to drift. Weirdly enough, you're starting to sense something, a smell. The air itself seems thick with the scent of spices, sweat, decay. And you find yourself slithering through a bustling open-air market underneath the scorching Cafnir Bay sun. Stone stalls line the narrow pathways, crowded with shadowy figures cloaked in dark, billowing fabrics. Their faces and bodies blending seamlessly with the shadows cast by the slanting awnings above. Something here feels off, feels wrong. The sounds are distant and muffled, as if the whole place before you lies behind a thin veil. You move past stalls selling these strange, unrecognisable wares, vials of thick black liquid, amulets made of twisted bone, shards of obsidian that pulse faintly. Voices murmur from every corner, and an indecipherable hum that builds into this dissonant chorus, each whisper seeming to echo your name. And as you glance around, you notice eyes sort of peering from the shadows, tracking your movements as you slither past, kind of keeping a cloak around your shoulders. But weirdly, none of the faces are distinct. They're lost in veils and hoods. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Alright.
Okay. Just making sure. You look around warily. Among the various indecipherable faces which you can't quite make out, there is one that you do notice. Standing at the far end of the market, a satyr figure, very familiar to you. His wrists bound in chains, his head hanging low, his skin pale and cold beneath the brutal Kiteshi sun. And he's tethered to a wooden post at a stall draped in these dark, tattered fabrics. His eyes now glazed and empty. That's Varys.
There is almost an immediate sense of panic, but then he's recalling something he just talked to Etheria about. Something about a trusting, not there. The thought is there, but it's not full.
Go ahead and make a
He
wisdom.
wants to run towards the figure of Varys, but something's stopping her.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please. Okay. Your heart seizes, and almost without hesitation, without even yourself controlling your own body, you feel yourself surging forward, your claws kind of dragging through the dusty feet. Your muscles tense with that urgency. This can only be Varys. Although as you do approach, there's just this towering figure that steps up from the shadows. The merchant of this stall, where Varys is chained to. It's hard to make out his features, cloaked as he is, but his eyes glint with this faint, sickly, almost pinkish light. This wide, crooked grin stretches across his face. Looking for something, aren't you?
He stays quiet, not looking at him, looking at Varys, not taking her eyes off of Varys.
The merchant's voice is a slithering rasp, almost dripping with amusement, and he gestures casually to Varys. You see him gesture out of the corner of her eye. Varys looks up towards you, eyes locked onto yours for this fleeting moment filled with this pleading. So what is your price? You hear from the corner of your ear.
I'm gonna do a self-imposed wisdom save on myself.
Sure.
Because there are two options here. I wonder which one you'll do. He straightens up. Why is he in chains? Ignoring the question altogether.
There's this rumbling laughter that sort of billows up from the figure. Because of you.
Now it really has her interest. Oh, really?
You look to Varys. You can see the desperation in his eyes deepens, kind of shifting to something hollow, accusatory. You left me. You let this happen.
No, I didn't.
You left me. You let this happen.
Her voice.
You left me. You let this happen. And you watch as he seems to billow up with that same laughter from the merchant, his grin stretching impossibly wide, splitting his face into this nightmarish maw. And as you almost sort of try to reach for him, either to shut him up or get him out of those chains, he just disintegrates through your fingers, remaining this swirling wind in the air, a dust storm of broken promises and wasted time. And the scene shifts, and you find yourself staring into the merchant's face. But now he isn't faceless. His visage twists into some sort of distorted mirror of your own, eyes void of light, grinning with malice. The market around you blurs, and the shadow draws closer. Laughter. Laughing, a sound that burrows into your bones, thick and suffocating. How does Deja react?
He's gonna stand there, looking straight into the smoke. You're not real. None of this is. Who are you?
More laughter around your head, around your face, from every angle possible. Twisting shadows, twisting faces in the darkness that are just barely perceptible. The sun dims. The sky swallowed. The laughter fades into whispers that gnaw at the edges of your mind. There's only that twisted mockery of your own reflection, grinning with this empty satisfaction. A vine snatches up around your tail, its thorns digging in deep, drawing blood, and at that point you jolt awake in the middle of the night, gasping for air. That taste of sand in your mouth, the whisper of laughter lingering around you in that silence of the night.
Yet.
You gain here we go.
Okay.
You take 10 points of psychic damage.
Oh, okay.
And you gain no benefit from your long rest.
Oh, this is fine. This is perfect.
It's fine. She can sleep in the wagon.
I don't know if I want to.
I mean, it's either that or having exhaustion.
Look like I'm gonna get that anyway.
So, I was about to say, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Speak of the devil.
Don't botch it.
You know what?
You'll be fine.
I can. No, this is not using a thing for concentration.
No, this is not a concentration check. This is just a straight Constitution saving throw.
Right. Absolutely got shit on.
You gain a point
You didn't believe
of
in Ultron hard
exhaustion.
enough.
Nat 1,
Oh.
get wrecked.
Like I said, it was bound to happen.
So, morning comes.
Now, time.
Indeed.
Well, ain't this a bag of bones?
Ain't that about a bitch? So you're gonna want that that anti-detection amulet back?
Give me a second.
Might be good for you if you're the focus of this shit. I don't know where it's gone, honestly. I think I gave it back to you once upon a time. Because it was yours originally, and it was sitting in the wagon for a while. So I was like, "This is yours. Do you want it back?" And then you said yes and took it. That's in my inventory somewhere. Let me check. Not in there. Oh god, hiccups, no.
Right, so with that, as you jolt your eyes jolt open, you come back to wakefulness in the early hours of the morning. Or rather, yeah, this would be in the middle of the night. You attempt to fall asleep again, but the echoes of that laughter are still racking your mind. You can try as you might, you're unable to you're unable to fall back asleep. You stay awake for the rest of the night until the early hours of the morning.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
Until next session. Stop recording now.